What's going on? We are back. More run and bun. Last night we finished up Watson, so we are through the third gym, and now we have the pleasure of going back through Cycling Road and back to Norman for gym number 4. There's a rival battle on Cycling Road, but so that's going to be our goal to get there today. At least get through Cycling Road so that we can get to the Pokemon Center on the other side. At least there. Hey, Rob, how's it going? So with beating Watson last night, we now get a new, excuse me, a new level cap from 35 to 38. So I'm gonna get all these guys leveled up. I know what's coming up. Very nice. Congrats on the promotion, Rob. That's good. That's good news. I don't know if I'm gonna learn Iron Head here. Yeah, I'm not gonna learn this. That's fantastic. That's really good, man. Happy for you. Psyshock. Yeah, we'll learn that over Side Beam. Nice. Are you still on your second attempt? Nice. That's pretty good. Lock on. You know, I was thinking about it about last night losing Nidoqueen to that crit, and I was like, oh man, now I don't have any poison types. We lost them both, and I forgot all about this guy. He's a poison type. I've also been going back and forth with Citrus on whether or not I should learn Crunch over Covet. I'm thinking Crunch. And you know what? I'm gonna do it. It has been really good. I've really only made maybe one mistake. No, that's a lie. 2 mistakes, and I've lost 2 Pokemon because of it. So, Super Fang over Charm. He's already got Intimidate. So Charm's just the added bonus. He's not gonna live much. He's not super. I'm gonna learn Super Fang. I feel like the farther we get with high HP opponents, Super Fang is gonna come in handy. Yeah, here's the death box. Let me show you. So I lost Seadra against Brawly to a crit from Combuskin. Nothing I can really do about that. I lost Carnivine on a double battle after Roxanne on the double battle before Shell. I think my only real mess up was I brought the wrong Pokemon. I didn't necessarily execute the fight wrong, but a couple crits happened that I didn't really hope for, and Carnivine took the fall. This one was a mistake, though. I forgot that Electro Ball does more damage the slower you are, and he got paralyzed, and I just wasn't thinking in the moment that, oh, I'm also quarter speed, and Electro Ball is going to do a lot more damage, so I lost him. And Nidoqueen was lost to a crit from Ampharos after, so Nidoqueen crit Ampharos, and then got crit herself and went down, unfortunately. So, there you have it. Mega Ampharos, too. So I was able to get her in for free. And I had Light Screen up from Orbeetle. I was like, yeah, we can definitely survive 1 or 2 and fire off a couple of our own hits to take this thing out. I thought it was looking like it was gonna be a 3-hit takedown, 3-hit KO, and she crit. And I was like, okay, there's definitely 2 now. But then she immediately got crit right after and went down. Yeah, we want X-Scissor. Actually, I can always relearn Brick Break, right? Yeah, from the tutor. I just want to make sure the Kingler can learn it from the tutor, and he can. Okay, good. So he can always relearn Brick Break if I need it. Do I want Gastro Acid here? Suppress an ability. You know, I don't think I do. I'm gonna hold off on this. Why settle for 1 spoon of mustard? when you can have two. I'm excited about this one. Ooh, we want extra sensory. Yep, straight over side beam. And why have a Hylo swine when you can have a Mammo swine? Big old potato. Whew. If only he wasn't modest. He'd do so much more damage. It's the same thing with Alakazam. He's got minus special attack with a low special attack IV. So you can change your nature in this if you pay 3 heart scales, and if it comes down to it and I get the... If I go long enough to where I get the ability to have Mega Alakazam, I might invest some heart scales into him. It's okay. Our savior, named Ghost, the Infernape, is it's pretty wild with the IVs. He's pretty good. Neutral nature, 31 attack and special attack. He's really good. Yeah. We've got some good ones, and then we've got some not so good ones. Like who's not so good? I think. Is it Ludicolo that's not so good? I can't remember. Yeah, he's not so good. But, I mean, he's good where it counts. Alright. But enough of the stats. Yeah, it's not that great. Alright, let me look at encounters. So, here's what we have for encounters right now that are open. So I've delayed Rustboro City, because if we get past Norman and into the desert, we can get a fossil from Mirage Tower and revive it into a random fossil. And the fossil is guaranteed to have a couple perfect IVs. So we want to try to hold this and not do this so that we get a fossil. That would be really good. Mauville is our casino encounter. I don't want to use this right now unless something goes terribly wrong, but I really don't want Throw or Sock. I don't really want Tauros or Miltank, although I see the appeal. These guys maybe, but it's a 1 in 3 to get the one that I want, and it's not really what I'm hoping for. So we've also delayed 111. There's a couple trainers up north in the desert. If we go up north, we can fish right now, but we need to wait till the desert to get these guys, which again is after Norman. We could also get the Rock Smash encounter as well. So those are our options. I'm hoping to not get the Rock Smash and get the Route 111. And then also, we've held off on Route 118 outside Mauville. We haven't fished yet. I'm not sure if I want to fish here or if I want to wait for the grass on the other side for one of these guys. So I'm still not sure. We don't necessarily need any of these guys. I feel like, whoops, I moved it by accident. Tentacool would be pretty nice because it'd give us another poison type, but I'm not in a hurry to get this. But after Cycling Road, we are guaranteed an altering cave encounter. And I'm hoping for Riolu. I'm hoping for it, but we'll see what we get. So for now, we have to get through 7 trainers on Cycling Road. So there's 2, actually there's 2 before and 7 trainers on Cycling Road. So we got 9 trainers, and then we fight our rival. We'll fight May. And then there's 1 more battle after that before we get to at least go back to Slateport. So, we're gonna get right to it. This is the first battle before Cycling Road. So, Golduck, Dewgong, Swanna, and Kingdra. I feel like Luxray should be able to take them all out, but we'll see. I did learn Crunch. Let me put that in. Crunch. No, there's no H. There you go, Brian. So it looks like Spark one-shots. Basically, Luxray can one-shot this entire team except for Kingdra, but he's not faster than anybody, so he's got to dodge some stuff. Oh. So this guy's got a Fighting Gem. Swim Fighting Gem. Thick Fat Bug Gem. Keen Eye Bright Powder. Swim Normal Gem. Okay, so. Alright, Golduck. Hydro Pump, Cross Chop, Ice Beam, Psychic. I feel like it's Eldegoss or Ludicolo. Yeah, Ludicolo does really well. Doesn't outspeed, but he's going to take a bunch of damage from this Cross Chop. But he can heal most of it back. And Psychic Terrain's on also we can fake out. I had that put on. I was looking at some stuff earlier. Okay, so Ludicolo for Golduck. That'll bring in, that'll 100% bring in Dewgong for a Mega Horn. So we need a double resist Mega Horn, which is Infernape, who just Sky Uppercuts and wins. I like that. That's easy. Neither of these two are faster. So it'll just come out turn order. Swanna will come out first for Hurricane or Hydro Pump. I was gonna say, it's probably Dreadnought, right? Yeah, it's Dreadnought. Could be somebody else. Hurricane, Hydro Pump. Could be Starmie. Starmie does pretty well into both. It also has Bright Powder. I don't want to have a Bright Powder miss. So we could use Togedemaru. Smart Strike? No, that's... What are our other non-miss moves right now? We have Aerial Ace, we have Magical Leaf, which we don't want to use here. Well, Magical Leaf wouldn't be bad, but Hurricane on it would be bad. So, Aerial Ace, Magical Leaf, and I'm missing one. I know there's one more. I'll just go through it. I just can't think of it. Feint Attack. That's it. Well, let's see. We can bring a couple people for Swanna. Because for Kingdra, we really... So we want Probably Dreadnought or Togedemaru to take the double edge hit with the normal gem for sure. And Dreadnought does pretty well into Kingdra in general, so that actually might be our play there. So we can bring Togedemaru, we can bring... Oh, we have Shockwave too. Shockwave is a nut. So Electros is the counter for Swanna. That's it. That's easy. So we can bring an extra Pokemon for Kingdra to help out Dreadnought. Yeah, we'll bring Togi. Oh, Togi's already there. Assuming this has no normal gem, because it gets used on Togedemaru. Yeah. I haven't been able to bring Alakazam or then Kadabra to a lot of fights because of his low special attack. He just doesn't have the oomph to get the job done in one shot most times. Yeah, let's bring Luxray. We gotta be faster because Waterfall can flinch. So let's bring Orbeetle instead. Okay. That seems better. It has Rain Dance though, now that I'm looking at it. Let's do Kingler instead. Okay, so that's the squad. So we want Ludi, Kale the Ludicolo, we want Ghost, or Infernape, Spearmint the Dreadnought, Yoza the Togedemaru, we want Milk the Electros, and Cookie the Kingler. And then as far as items go, do we need anything for status effects? Let's see. It's always going to be Cross Chop on Ludicolo, so probably not there. Mega Horn, Hydro. Nothing into Infernape. Nothing for Swanna, and Kingdra, no. So healing berries for everybody. Let's do Oran berries. Let's save up on our citrus berries that we have now. This should be pretty straightforward. You know what? I'm gonna give Ludicolo a citrus just in case he gets crit, because I feel like that is going to be the way that he goes down. Do Oran everywhere else should be fine though. Well, actually, I might give a Persim to whoever's switching into Swanna in case it's Hurricane. Let's see. So, Ludicolo for Golduck. Infernape baits that, and it's right into Swanna. Swanna, Hurricane, or Hydro Pump. So, yeah, that'll be Dreadnought. So we're gonna want a Persim Berry on Dreadnought, so he doesn't get confused from the Hurricane. And that should do it. Okay. Here's our fisherman trainer that we just prepped for. Good luck, Ludi. And we just Mega Drain. 2 of these. Yep. Golduck down. This should bring in Dugong. Dugong can see Freeze Dry and Mega Horn as a kill, but our Ghost the Infernium takes both very well. And we are faster, and we one-shot with Sky Uppercut. He'll probably Ice Shard to get some damage on the way out, but that's okay. Bop, bop, bop. God, I love Infernape. He's so good. So this is Hurricane or Hydro Pump. Hurricane's better for us. We have Persimberry in case it confuses. Nice, it didn't confuse. We don't outspeed, but we do one-shot with Rock Slide. However, this thing has Bright Powder. So if we miss, well, we really only get one shot at this with Spearmint on the Hydro Pump. Wait. I brought Electros to deal with this because he has Shockwave. Why didn't I swap in to Electros just there? Like, why did I do that? That didn't make any sense. Well, while we're here, we might as well take one shot with Rock Slide. And we hit. Nice. I looked at the team and was like, wait, I have Electros and Shockwave. That doesn't make any sense. Ay. So his best move on, his best move here is Waterfall. So we want to bait the Waterfall into Milk. Because we want to bait the Double Edge, because he has a normal gem, so we want to get rid of the normal gem on somebody it's not very effective on. Okay, so maybe this is the Double Edge. There it is. And this is what we wanted. Because not only do we get the normal gem away, we get the Iron Barb's damage. And we also get Fake Out damage. And then this is Waterfall again, where we can bring our Kingler in on. Rain Danced. And we're just going to hit it with X-Scissor. We have Sheer Force, so like we can't lower defense with Razor Shell, so we just use highest damaging move always. So with Kingler, it's X-Scissor. And we can actually stay in for one more, because the most damage we can take from one hit from Kingdra is 51. We have 54 HP, so we are good to finish off. Also recoil. That's one down. Hey there. Welcome in. Thanks for coming again. Okay, next trainer before Cycling Road is the Psychic. He's got 3 Pokemon, Chimecho, Girafarig, and Swoobat. So 3 Psychic types that hopefully we can take care of pretty easily. We'll see. So we do have Crunch with Electros, so that'll come in handy. Mighty Enon can probably help out here. We have Crunch with Luxray. So that will help. Not yet. I'm purposefully delaying a couple. So I have to get through... Let's see, 8 more trainers, a rival battle, and then I think 1 more after that. And then maybe... There's like 10 or 12 battles before another encounter. It's going to be a little bit. Alright, so it looks like we can go Electros against Chimecho. We're slower, so maybe we go Luxray instead. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do Luxray instead. And then against Girafarig. Do all 3 of these have... Girafarig have... Oh, it has Hypnosis. You know, if I just want to see if I change his nature. Oh, it's so much better. I mean, it's not the best, but it's still better. Yeah, oh well. Another day for him. Oh, look at that. Orbeetle does pretty well. Let's do that. And then for extra sensory Air Slash, we're slower. We gotta be watching out for Air Slash. So I think this is... he's got the flinch stuff, so... We'll go Dreadnought, we'll go... Mighty Yenna as well. We'll bring Electros. This one actually seems pretty straightforward. Just a matter of who we want to bring last. We have Ice Shard with Mamoswine. Let's do that. Alright, so for this one, we're going to bring Citrus. We're going to bring Blueberry. We're sticking with Spearmint. We're going to grab Kielbasa. Milk is staying in, and then Potato as well. Oops, let me change some berries around. Take that. Okay, so nothing really to worry about against Chimecho. We're gonna two-shot it, and we're never two-shot. So Oranberry here. Giraffe has Hypnosis, so we're gonna want Chesto Berries here. And I'll give one to Milk just in case as well. And then we'll do Citrus Berries for the last two. This Swoobat does know Calm Mind and Stored Power, which isn't a great combo to go up against. So that'll be our group for this fight. So here's the squad for this one. And away we go. Chimecho, or Chimecho, however you want to say it. It's Chimecho, but I like Chimecho. We just crunch. Alright. Chimecho down. Okay, so could Foul Play or Hypnosis. Foul Play kind of hurts. Let's see if we can get... Okay, we did this for a reason. We brought the Blueberry for a reason. With a Chesto Berry in case he gets put to sleep. And we're faster and we one-shot. We need to be cheeky with Luxray. So, we are slower, but we show that we kill it in 2 shots. It could Calm Mind. It could also Air Slash. Regardless, our best play right now is to switch to Spearmint. Yeah. And we're still okay. We just need to not get crit. Wait, we can't get crit. We don't get flinched. If we don't get flinched, we win. 1 shot with a Rock Slide. Wait, what? Why did that do so much damage? Did way more than I thought it was gonna do. And it had a focus hatch, which I didn't read. Oh, it has the ability Simple. So even though it got +1 special attacks, +1 special attack and +1 special D, it's +2. For each. That's why I did so much. Okay, I misread that. That is okay. So... here is how we get out of this. So, on this move, it is always one of his psychic type moves, extrasensory or stored power. It is never his flying move, his air slash. Air slash does not see a kill. Extrasensory and stored power do. So we need to swap to our guy who takes no damage from psychic moves. Which forces him to use his flying move, which Potato always takes. And Potato, even though he's slower right now, we have Ice Shard, which is the ice type quick attack. So we're always going to go first with Ice Shard, so we'll always take him out. Alright, so I misread it, but we got out of it. Easy enough. That's what I get for not rating items and abilities on our opponent. Whoops. Yeah, Potato got buff. He started growing some stems. Turned into horns. Yeah, he's dope. Okay, so now we actually get to Cycling Road, and I gotta make sure. So I've done this like 2 or 3 times now. Every time I get to Cycling Road, I always look at the wrong trainer. So I gotta make sure I'm looking at the right trainer this time and not prepare for the wrong trainer. Psychic Jacqueline. Okay, this is right. So this is our trainer with a Venomoth, a Xatu, a Grumpig, and a Gallade. Venomoth has Tinted Lens, Lumberry, so he's going to be doing a lot of damage no matter what. Magic Bounce, Citrus Berry. Magic Bounce means we can't really give him status, so that's Xatu. Gluttony, Salac Berry on Grumpig. Inner Focus, Lumberry, Gallade. Okay. Alright, so we'll start with Venomoth, Bug Poison. So we really want to look at like rock types, flying types here. But it has Energy Ball. Ooh. It's a one-shot on Dreadnought. So not Dreadnought. Looks like Orbeetle can do the trick. So it knows Bug Buzz, which can hit us pretty hard. If it crits, we're dead. That's not the greatest play in the world. Well, hang on. We are faster with Starmie. Starmie is like our fastest Pokemon now. With 100 speed. First one to hit triple digits. I think it is our fastest now. It is indeed. Alright, Starmie. Remove those 3. Starmie one-shots with Extrasensory if we give it a, once the, not Muscle Band, Wise Glasses. So, yeah, 100% minimum. This is perfect. So we outspeed with Starmie, and we one-shot. Easy. So Starmie's in. Who does that bait in? Well, everybody else is slower. Man, Starmie matches up into this team really well. The Zatu knows a light screen, so it could put up light screen. We could do a couple of Aurora beams. 62.5 plus. That's not quite a kill if we do put light screen up. Might be with Brian though, because Brian doubles. Yeah. If we're at like 40. Oh yeah, definitely. So that's another, pretty much another kill for Starmie. We'll have to swap out on Grumpig because we have to get rid of light screen if it goes up. So we'll go into Electros, who has Brick Break. We'll use Brick Break once, and then Crunch, and hope we don't get flinched a bunch of times with Extra Sensory. And then for Gallade, well, it's always Masquerain on the Drain Punch. Which baits Psycho Cut. We can bring in Mightyena, get a bunch of Intimidates, and then we need somebody to finish it off. Psychic Fighting, so we're looking at like Flying type moves, really? Let me look again with light screen turned off, just in case I'm missing something. Looks like Orbeetle does pretty well. Man, it does really well. Rapidash does okay. Alakazam does okay. Yeah, we'll bring Ghost just in case. It's probably not the best to bring. Yeah, he should be okay as long as he gets in on the right move. Okay. So, we're going to lead with Starfruit. Hasn't seen a lot of action. And then we got Milk. We're going to bring Martini. We're going to stick with Kielbasa. We need to grab Blueberry. And then finally, Ghost. Let's see here. So we already said we need to put the Wise Glasses on Starfruit. Wise Glasses, there we go. Oranberry there. Extra Sensory, Focus Blast, Power Gem. Well, if we stay in, we should actually probably use a Citrus Berry on Milk. If we plan to take two. Oh, no, we're going to take two with Starmie. That's what it is. And then that means we only need an Orin on Milk. And then Kielbasa and Milk are going to be swapping back and forth a bunch until Blueberry feels good enough to come in. And we'll just do... we can get away with an Oranberry here. And then an Oranberry on Ghost. He's just our backup. Yeah, that should do it. Let me just double check their items. So this should be wise glasses, orange. Orange all the way down. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, in order to get on Cycling Road, we need a bike. That helps. We want the mock bike. No, that's the wrong one. We want the acro bike first. My bad. Jumps and wheelies. As soon as we step out here, we're going to get into our battle. There's the squad, and there's our battle. Alright, our Starfruit one-shots and outspeeds Venomoth with an extra sensory because we have the wise glasses. Xatu comes out. And we two-shot if we do... Oh, no, we don't two-shot. I just realized this has Citrus Berry. So we're going to make the best of it. We're going to do... Yeah, we'll do Aurora Beam. Light screen. Okay. So we still take it out. Aurora Beam, another one. It'll do half damage because of that light screen. But we still take it out with one more. We can also actually use Brine. Brine is a water type move that does double damage if they're below half health. So even though we do half damage, we double it. So we do normal damage with Brine as opposed to half from light screen. This should be Grumpig. We're not going to do very much damage to Grumpig because of the light screen being up, so we need to swap out here. This is where Milk comes in. And really what we need to do is we need to break the screen, the light screen, first. So we Brick Break. Brick Break is a move that breaks both light screen and reflect, the physical side. So we're going to use this first, because Grumpig can also use reflect. To break the screen. Good, decent amount of damage. And then we crunch. Put reflect back up. Or put reflect up to lower our damage with crunch. It was already faster than us, so it's okay that its speed got increased. actually going to swap into Kielbasa here, because this is going to be an extra sensory. And we're just going to kind of swap around a little bit until the reflect goes away. It's up for 5 turns, so this is turn number 3. It's turn number 4. Turn number 5. We didn't necessarily need to stall out that reflect, but yeah, we did it anyway. Now we're always going to be doing full damage on the incoming Gallade. Who really can't do much to us. So we're just going to hit this twice. It's going to be another Shadow Sneak. We are dead to a crit, so we're going to want to swap here. And then we show that we are faster and we can take it out. So it's going to use Shadow Sneak on us again. So it's not going to do very much damage, but we get to use Overheat to take this out. TM back here. And then I can't remember where the next trainer is, so might as well go prep for it so I don't accidentally run into it while scouting ahead. Ghost is just too strong. Too good. So this next trainer, let's see, we have Menshao, Reckless Wide Lens. Okay. Infiltrator, Choice Band, U-turn only on the Ninjask. Okay. Arena Trap, Life Orb, Doug Trio. Okay. Magnet Pole, Eviolite, Magneton. So the Doug Trio, if you have a Pokemon that's not a flying type or a ghost type, then you can't switch out. So I think the general idea is to get you to put something in that's good against Ninjask that then U-turns and switches to Doug Trio, so you can't switch. And the same thing goes for Magneton, except Magnet Pole only works on steel types. So we don't have... Oh, no, we only have Togedemaru. So we have one steel type. So as long as we don't have Togedemaru against Magneton, we should be okay. But the fight starts with Main Shell. Oh, so we can't just use Masquerain, because it knows Stone Edge, which one-shots us, and it's faster than us. Okay. Infernape, however, is faster with a 97 speed versus 90. And we one-shot with Overheat. So, W Ghost on the first one. That but you know what? That's going to bait Dugtrio, and that's what we don't want. So we can't kill with Infernape. That doesn't work. Well, let's see. So Jump Kick, if you miss, does 50% damage to yourself. So what if we started with Kingler and used Protect? Because then it always misses and then you damage yourself. And then swap into somebody who takes no damage, like Masquerain, from Jump Kick. And then on the incoming Stone Edge, swap back to Kingler and Protect again. That could work. And that way... we're probably baiting Magneton. Okay, so far I'm following this. We can swap out from Kingler because he's not a Steel type. Thunderbolt's coming in, so we want to do... like Mamoswine. We are slower. Oh man, that stinks. So how do we beat this Magneton with and not bait in Dugtrio? Because Infernape and Rapidash can do it, but both of those bait in the trapping Dugtrio, which we don't want. We can't use Togedemaru because he'll get trapped. Huh. We don't really have anything for this. Because Kingler doesn't help, and Masquerain doesn't help. Hang on a sec, I think I might have something. So if we bring in Eldegoss, when it gets hit, it'll lower its speed by 1. We need to do about 36% damage before Mamoswine can take it out. So who do we swap in on the coming Flash Cannon? I could do Rapidash. And click Fire Lash. That'll lower his defense by 1. The Thunderbolt crit would kill us, so that's not great. It looks like Ludicolo could do it. Let's see. So we swap in on Thunderbolt for Electros. Lowers his speed by 1. We swap into Ludicolo on the Flash Cannon. Then we Fake Out and Bubble Beam for 31.7% damage, or a total of 28 minimum. So we need to do 60 damage with Mamoswine. Because it'll want to Thunderbolt Ludicolo. Mamoswine takes no damage from Ludicolo. If we give Mamoswine the Soft Sand, 75, that's more than enough. Right? How much was it again? 1 plus, so 28, so we need to do 60 damage. Soft Sand with this does 66. Yeah, so that's it. And then, if Dugtrio comes in, we're never dead to an Earthquake crit. Never. Because we'll be full health. So an Avalanche, which is going to do double damage, should take it out. And if not, we just Ice Shard, because it's a priority move. It might Swagger, so we're going to use a Persimberry here. And then for Ninjask, we're going to bring Infernape. But we can't use Infernape until it's the last Pokemon alive. Otherwise, we're going to get trapped. What do we do if it brings in Ninjas? Do we just... we just stay in and Razor Shell it, right? Yeah. Because if it U-turns into Dugtrio, we one-shot with Razor Shell. If it U-turns into Kingler, we do damage, and then we get out. Okay, so this works. This works. This works. This works. I see it. I see it. I see it. I see it. So we bring Cookie. We're bringing Martini. We're bringing Sprout. We're bringing Kale, Potato, and Ghost. I just gotta do some math here to see how much damage we're gonna be taking. So... Stone Edge crits. And we're not going to get the heal there. Okay. $64. Okay, so Kingler. We're just gonna do an Oranberry. Masquerain is also just an Oranberry. Eldegoss is an Oranberry. I guess maybe a Cherry Berry for paralysis on the Thunderbolt swap. Yeah, let's do that. And then Ludi's gonna need a if Thunderbolt crits, we're gonna need a Citrus Berry, so on Ludi, so let's do that. Potatoes, probably. Body press, does that lower any stats or anything like that? I can't spell body. No, it just uses defense instead of offense, that's fine. Potato needs the soft sand anyway in order to pull this switching back and forth off. Soft sand, potato. And should be an Oranberry here. Didn't I have to like... Yeah, that should be good. Okay. That's a normal person. This is our next trainer down there. Okay. We have the plan. Stick to the plan and it should work. Okay. So Mienshao wants to jump kick. If jump kick misses, it does 50%. It does half of its health back as damage. So we're gonna protect here. Force it to miss. And then we can't protect 2 turns in a row, or at least it's like a 1 in 3 chance to do so. So we're gonna switch into Martini for this one. now it wants to Stonehenge, but we're going to get our Kingler back in. We're going to protect one more time on the jump kick to make it take more damage. It should have exactly 1 health left. But we have Aqua Jet to go first and take it out. This should bring in Magneton. It might bring in Ninjask, but we're ready for either. Magneton sees a kill with Thunderbolt here, and it has Arena Trap, which traps Steel types. We are not a Steel type, so we can go into Sprout here. This will lower its speed, because that's what Sprout does. And he does it very well. Now, we'll either get a Screech to lower defense or a Flash Cannon. I think most likely a Flash Cannon, but we'll see. It's going good. We fake out. It'll only do like 1 damage. That's fine. We need the 1 damage. And then we Bubble Beam. It's going to use Thunderbolt on us, but that's okay. If it crits, we're never dead. But we just need to get a little more chip damage on it. Screech is fine. So -2 defense. Now this one's the Thunderbolt or Body Press. Now either are okay. We prefer to see Thunderbolt because our Potato takes no damage on a Thunderbolt. Yeah. Because we dropped its speed by 1, which was the most important thing, we're now faster. And because we're holding the Soft Sand, our Stomping Tantrum will take it out with this much health. So we just use Bad Tantrum. There we go. I'm pretty sure this is going to bring in Doug Trio. And we're stuck in here now. Oh no, it's Ninjask. Alright, so Ninjask wants to U-turn, so we basically get to pick our matchup into Doug Trio, because it'll U-turn and Doug Trio will come out. We don't really have a great matchup, but Ludicolo does really well. I'm trying to figure this out, how we get them in. So if we take a U-turn... Actually, you know what we can do? We're slower than Ninjask right now. And Ninjask never kills us with a crit. But when we get hit, our Avalanche move does double damage. And a double damage Avalanche on Doug Trio will always kill. So that's what we're going to do. Beautiful. And then all that's left is Ninjask, so when it uses U-turn, it can't switch, so we just bring in Ghost. And Ghost says hi and uses Overheat. And then says bye. Alright, that's another one down. Alright, our next trainer. Thank you. Our next trainer has a Luxray, a Sharpedo, and a Braviary. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of Ghost. Ghost is very fast, very strong, and has very strong moves, so he can knock things out quickly. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of Ghost moving forward. Okay, Luxray on this one. It does Intimidate. Does Obliviate... Or, not Obliviate. Oblivious... Yes, Oblivious is immune to Intimidate. So if we lead with Mamoswine, and we give it a Soft Sand again, it will two-shot their Luxray. Yes, it will. Okay. So that's a good place to start. That will bring in... So, their Sharpedo has Speed Boost Expert Belt. So we're never going to be faster than this thing, except on the first, maybe, turn. And Mamoswine's not the one we want out. So no matter who we switch into, we're not going to be faster. I'm surprised a Mach Punch doesn't take this thing out. It's got, like, paper-thin defenses. Alright, so who beats Sharpedo, then? On the Hydro Pump, we bring in Ludi. Oh, Ludi does. That's just it. Ludicolo is our answer to Sharpedo. Easy. And then Braviary comes in. Now, it's important that we don't intimidate this Braviary because it has Defiant. Defiant is when one of its stats gets lowered, its attack increases by 2. So even if we intimidate it to give it -1 attack, it then goes to +1. So we don't want to use Intimidate on this thing. Has dual Wing Beat. Oh, that's an easy swap in for Togedemaru. And then Close Combat. I can't use Masquerade because of the Intimidate. So then I use Orbeetle. And then I can go back to Togedemaru and back and forth until it's ready to go down from one of these two. And that should do it. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. Okay. We'll bring Electros just in case for Braviary. We can also use Electros against Sharpedo. We can also use Octillery against Sharpedo, which is weird. I never would have thought that. Yeah, that's a good 6 right there. So the moment I say we're going to be seeing a lot of Ghost, he doesn't come on the next fight. So we have potato, kale, gyoza, blueberry, milk, and calamari for this one. So we want the soft sand still on mammo swine, so that's correct. We're never dead to 2 crits on Ludicolo, so we can safely go Oranberry. Gyoza and Blueberry are going to be doing a bunch of swapping back and forth, so we can just give them Oranberries. Yeah, and then Milk and Calamari can also have Oranberries. Yeah, and that's it. Oh, fine, I'll get on my bike. Jeez Louise. They're so pushy on this road. Alright, here's our next trainer. We've got double check soft sand and Oranberries for everybody else. We're looking good. And here we go. So using Potato, the Intimidate doesn't affect us because of Oblivious, so that's a win for that ability there. Usually I'm not a fan of it, but we'll take it here. And we just use Stomping Tantrum or Bad Tantrum twice, and we take this thing out. Oh, or we get a crit. Oh. I did this entire fight with Reflect on the other team, so all of the damages I thought were actually half of what I was doing. Interesting. Well then, we still need to swap out here because we're slower and bringing Kale. And then we just use Mega Drain here. And whatever damage it's going to do to us, we're just going to heal back. Touch of Oranberry healing. W Kale. And then there's Braviary. So this wants to use Dual Wing Beat, a flying move. Gyoza double resists it, and he does his Iron Barbs chips, and since it hits twice, you get double the damage. This now wants to close combat. It can use agility on this turn, but it usually goes for a kill when it sees one, and it does see a kill with close combat, so we're going to switch into Blueberry here. Close combat also has the benefit of lowering its defenses by 1 each. And Defiant only works when we lower its stats, not when it lowers it itself. So this is another dual wing beat, so we're going to do the same thing. Swap back to Gyoza, take the Iron Barb's damage. I forgot to fake out last time. I went agility. Oh well. So now it's faster than us. That's unfortunate. Now I gotta do this annoying switching back and forth for more than I wanted to. So we're gonna fake out. And go Blueberry. So this is another dual wing beat. I'm trying to figure out how we kill this right now, because we don't have any priority moves other than Ice Shard. So the best move to get Mamoswine in on right now is the dual wing beat. So we're going to want to switch to him right now. Now we're slower, but we do go first with Ice Shard, and since his defense is lowered by 2, we actually take this out with a low power ice move here, so. Nice, there we go. Another one down. Okay. This next trainer only has 2 Pokemon. I think it's going to be pretty quick because I'm looking at the Absol that it starts with, and it only has a 77 speed. It's a dark type, so I know it's weak to fighting, and it has a Focus Sash, so we need to fake it out to break the Focus Sash and then hit it hard, and that is exactly the job that Infernape does. Fake out to break the Sash, uppercut to kill. So that's 1. And then, unfortunately, we can't quite knock out Meowstic before we get knocked out, so we're going to have to swap to, let's see, somebody who takes the... We can go to Mightyena to take no damage on the Psychic. And then Signal Beam's a bug move. Who do we go to there? Well, who's going to take this out is the question. Is it Luxray? It looks like Luxray can, yeah. So we want to bait Luxray with a Thunderbolt, so we'll take this Signal Beam with... It has Competitive. Competitive is like Defiant. If you lower its... if you lower any of its stats, it'll increase its special attack, and this guy has all special attacks, so we don't want to use Intimidate here. Actually, looks like Electros can do the trick. It'll take a lot from Psychic, but... he can still do it. So we'll do Electros. Might as well just... no, I don't want him to come in on the... I want him to come in on a Thunderbolt. Okay, so if he's baiting Psychic, we go Psychic here, Signal Beam into somebody to bait Thunderbolt. Signal Beam into Dreadnought, that baits Thunderbolt. Okay. Comes in on a Thunderbolt, then we crunch crunch, and that should win-win. If we lower its defense, it might get the competitive boost. Ah, shit. That might not work. Do we have any other way of... Let me turn off this +2 real quick. Well, we can lower its speed by swapping into Eldegoss. That lowers it all the way to 68. That's really low. -2. Yeah, if I get it to -2, then I don't care about the 2 hits with crunch because we're faster. And no, I can't. All right, so shoot, I need somebody else. Orbeetle can do it at -1. So that's an option. I can't lower its speed either, because then it gets the competitive boost, right? Each of its stats that's lowered, yeah. So I can't use Eldegoss either. Okay, so let me think. So if I can't do that, I have to go Psychic here, Signal Beam here, Thunderbolt here. Crunch, crunch. This is kind of annoying. Yeah, I think that's gotta be it. We'll bring Toga tomorrow and Orbeetle just in case as backup, because I kind of see how they could help. But I think this has got to be it. All right, so Ghost, you get to lead off. Kielbasa will be second. Spearmint. Milk, Gyoza, and Blueberry. Yeah, so pretty much the same. Couple, like 1 or 2 swaps. And really, we're just gonna need, I think, a citrus berry on Electros in case he gets crit on the first one. Citrus berry. Here. And then orange elsewhere. Just thought if I use black glasses with, no, it's not enough. Nope, okay, that's fine. I thought maybe. Trainer's right there, pink helmet. Alright, so here's our squad. And it should be all healing berries, right? Oh yeah, and we have a citrus on Electros. Orange, everybody except Electros. Okay. We fake out, break its focus ash, and we are faster. That does a lot of damage. And sky uppercut. Bop. This is a psychic, so we could. Oh, this says intimidate. Oh, I knew it as soon as I clicked it. Fuck. Alright, we're getting a little weird. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Okay, so instead of doing our normal switches like I thought we were going to be able to do, because I'm dumb, we're going to go right into Gyoza here. And we fake out. This now sees Shadow Ball. I have to slow this down, so I have to use Nuzzle and hope he doesn't crit with Shadow Ball. Oh god, I can't believe I did this. I'm just looking for anything else right now. Okay, so it's not -1 defense, it's -1 attack. So we did 13%. So I think I have to paralyze it with Togedemaru here and hope it doesn't crit us, which isn't the best position to be in. But I think that's I think that's the best play right now. So this would be 23, basically 24, 34, 35. Yeah. If I get the Nuzzle off here, I should be able to swap back into Infernape and take it out. As long as I just need this not to crit. Please don't crit. Problem now is this is random move. It could be Psychic. I need it to not be Psychic. If I give it another +2, I can't get Infernape back in. I can't give it another +2. Alright, so this is a +2 right now. Do I have a citrus berry on milk? I do. But that guarantees Psychic, and I don't want to guarantee Psychic. Shit. I just have to go now. I can't go now. I can't go on a Psychic. I don't know what to do. Wait. I've done about 24% damage. So I've done, yeah, about a quarter. Fake Out Nuzzle does 27. 27, 113 is what? 86. So, the problem right now is that Archaeosa is dead to every move that this Meowstic knows right now. So it's a random chance of being any move. If we switch into Infernape and it chooses Psychic, we're dead. But because it's boosted so much, we're never going to really have the opportunity for it to not be Psychic unless we go into Mightyena again and give him another +2. The upside to that is because he's paralyzed, I know that if I can get... I think I just have to sacrifice... The cleanest way to do this is to sacrifice Kilboss and Mightyena. Because even though he'll get up to +4, he'll die. but he can... it gets Infernape in clean, who uses Fake Out and Overheat to take this thing out every time. I'm pretty sure I'm doing math. 15 plus 12 is 27. Plus 16 is 43. Plus 72 is 115, which is always more than it has. So yeah, guaranteed. That's a guaranteed win. The bonus is if we switch into Kill Boss, it could use Psychic and we still survive. It could use Thunderbolt and we somehow still survive. Could use Shadow Ball and we still survive. And we have a chance to answer back with a kill with Crunch. A chance. Not a great chance, but a chance. If we don't do that, I don't see a way to take this out without massive risk. The only other way I see it is we've done 27, so we need to do, what I say, 86? Orbeetle does potentially, he does 86 like 85% of the time. I'm just weighing. I feel like Orbeetle is more valuable than Mightyena right now. The only other switch that really works is to Electros. But then, again, it's still just guaranteeing Psychic, which then we go into Mightyena and hope we do our thing. I'd rather take the 1 in 4 chance here than anywhere else, so let's do this. Oh, I can't believe I did this. So show me Shadow Ball or Psychic, one or the other. Okay, we can live sometimes on Thunderbolt. It's very rare. That's okay. We get Ghost in for free. We Fake Out. And we Overheat. Right? Yes. That's unfortunate. But that was an oversight by me. Dang. Sorry about that, Kielbasa, but thanks. I feel really silly about that one. Okay. Moving on. 4 Pokemon. Pachirisu, Unpheasant, Raticate, Jumpluff. This Jumpluff knows Swords Dance and Spore, which suck. Swords Dance on this Raticate. Light Screen and a Reflect on this Pachirisu. Okay, so probably going to be Electros against this Pachirisu. Yeah, look at that. It does like no damage. It has Super Fang. And we just use Brick Break to keep breaking the screens over and over. So yeah, I think that's the best lead that we can come up with, or that we have, is Electros. Assuming we're around 50% health, who's that going to bring in? Looks like Eradicate for Facade. We show we can kill it with 2 hits, so it's never going to Swords Dance, or at least it shouldn't. So we can safely swap into Dreadnought here. On the Facade. It's got Guts, Flame Orb. Okay, so... Yikes. No, it should never Swords Dance, so it'll always Facade. We can't get crit. So we use Rock Tomb to slow it down. And then Rock Slide to go fast on it, and we need a Citrus Berry there. Yeah, so that'll work. It's definitely gonna go Jumpluff after that for Seed Bomb. We're gonna be lower health, so Seed Bomb should always see a kill there. It's got Flying Gem and Infiltrator. Okay. So Seed Bomb. Don't we just use Infernape here? Fake Out Overheat kills. But we're slower, so that doesn't work. So Seed Bomb into Eldegoss will work, because that'll lower its speed by 1. It'll use Acrobatics. We need something to resist Acrobatics, because it'll see a kill there. So we can go... not Masquerain, Luxray. For another Seed Bomb, and then we bring in Infernape for the Fake Out Overheat, because we're faster. We don't even need to Fake Out at that point, we can just Overheat. Yeah, that should do it. And we'll bring... Oh no, then we still have Unpheasant to deal with. It wants to dual Wing Beat Infernape, so we go to our favorite Togedemaru. We Speed Tie, but we're not dead to anything, so we can just Zing Zap, Fake Out Zing Zap. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's a pretty good line right there. I'm not missing anything, am I? Volt Absorb, Light Clay, nope. Super Luck Lumberry, nope. Guts Flame Ward, nope. Infiltrate Flag, nope. We should be good. Okay, so the squad is going to be Milk. Yeah, Spearmint. We're gonna need Sprout. We're gonna need Citrus. Yep, and then Ghost and Gyoza. Perfect. That should do the trick. So we'll just do an orange berry on milk. We'll do a citrus berry on spearmint, because he's going to be taking a bunch of damage. We'll do orange berry on sprout. Orange berry on citrus. Orange berry on ghost. Oh no, we want chesto berry on ghost because we can't be asleep, and just in case it uses sleep powder. Oh wait, we can't be put to sleep. We have vital spirit, so never mind. We just use an orange berry. And then an orange berry here as well, and that should do it. And I'm not missing any, like, status moves. Okay. And just to double check these items again, it should be orange on everyone except for Dreadnought, Citrus Berry. Yeah, okay, that's it. And this guy's our next trainer. Okay, triathlete Benjamin. So we need to click a brick break 3 times here. We're doing that because we're slower, so if it wants to put up screens, we just break them as we hit them, and still do the same amount of damage. And now we have no extra defenses up after he goes down. This should be Eradicate. Oh, it's on Pheasant. Okay, so I was wrong. Alright. Well, it shouldn't be too bad. We still stick to the plan and we use Gyoza here. Wow, big crit. We fake out. I need to lower his speed by 1. Because we're speed tied, I don't want to risk getting crit again. Is there any way I can come in on a different attack? Yeah, if I go into Eldegoss here, then that's what we do. So this should be dual wing beat, and then we get the damage that we want here. A lot of crits is kind of expected on this guy because it has the ability Super Luck. So it increases the chance for crits. So now that we're faster than this, and it's right around 50%, we know we can outspeed and one-shot with Zing Zap. It's probably going to use Quick Attack for a little extra damage, but a Quick Attack critical hit never takes us out, so we're good to Zing Zap here. So I'm pretty sure this is Raticate now. Yeah. Alright, so this is Facade or Stomping Tantrum, and we need to slow this down. It's not burned yet. Just checking something. Flame Orb. No, so this is always Stomping Tantrum. We need to lower its... No, we don't necessarily need to lower this guy's speed by 1. Man, okay, let me think. If it's... Or never crit... It should still work. Yeah. Still works. So we Rock Tomb. It's a little scary, but since we're lowering its speed with this Rock Tomb, we're now faster than it, and the only move it can use on us is Quick Attack because we show that we kill it with Rock Slide. And we resist the Quick Attack. And I didn't necessarily need a Citrus Berry there. It was more just in case. So now finally this is Jump Bluff. It sees a kill with Seed Bomb and is going to go for it. So this is where we want to lower this guy's speed by 1. This is where we need the speed down by 1. And now on Eldegoss, it always wants to go for Acrobatics, which is where Citrus comes in to resist the Acrobatics. It has a Flying Gem too, so it's going to do a lot of damage. But we also are intimidating it to lessen that damage. I could stay in with Luxray, but what fun is that when this thing is going to use Seed Bomb, which is the perfect move to get Ghost back in on. Swords Dance. Okay, so it's going to do a little more damage, but we're faster. And we just kill it with Overheat. There we go. So we got 2 more before our big rival battle. 2 more. Okay. So this one's got 3 Pokemon. It's got Floatzel, Sawsbuck, and Salazzle. Hi. Okay. So I think it looks like does a Ludi work against this Floatzel? Yeah, it works really well too. Fake out into Mega Drain should essentially do it. If we don't, well then we should be fine. Yeah, Focus Blast crit. And we're going to heal back most of that. Yeah, that should be fine. So we got Ludi for Floatzel. Waterveil, Life Orb. In fact, yeah, after the Life Orb chip, we always kill. So who's that going to bring in? Probably definitely Sawsbuck for Bounce. It might even Swords Dance, which isn't great. Can Monferno take it? He can't really come in on a bounce, though. Or at least I don't really want him to. Alright, so let's say it is... If it is bounce, we swap into Luxray. Intimidate it. It's got Serene Grace Power Herb, so bounce will go off in 1 hit. Then it will Headbutt or Jump Kick. That's when we swap into Infernape. And Infernape's just faster. But even if it Swords Dances, yeah, we're still fine. If it Swords Dances, maybe not so much. Oh no, it'll only be +1. +1 crit on Headbutt or Jump Kick. We're okay. So that works. And then finally Salazzle. Mamoswine has got the 4x, but you know, we're also weak to flamethrower, so that's not great. I don't think we have anybody else with ground moves right now. Oh wait, looks like Octillery does it. Yeah. Starmie does it as well. But nobody's faster than this thing. So... I think we just go Octillery then, right? Because it'll be random... It'll probably be Venoshock. Yeah, maybe it's Togedemaru into Octillery just to make it a little more sure. We Pecha Berry for the Toxic. It does have Corrosion, so it'll go through actually, so that's not really... And then we just Octazooka. Yeah, that should be fine. Heck, even Alakazam is good here. Ooh, Alakazam appearance? Let's bring him in the party. I don't know if he's going to appear, but we're going to bring him. Alright, so we're looking at Kale lead here. Citrus, Luxray, We're gonna have Ghost, Gyoza, and then Calamari and Mustard. Check abilities and stuff. So it's Corrosion, Black Sludge, Shuriken's Power. Yeah, we should be fine. In terms of statuses, we're not baiting Ice Beams, so we don't have to worry about Freeze. Headbutt, Jump Kick, Bounce, Swords Dance. Bounce can paralyze. I'm not worried about paralysis on Luxray. Swap into Infernape. Overheat. We're good. And then we just need Pecha Berries for poison on Gyoza and Calamari. And normally we wouldn't need a Pecha Berry on Gyoza, but since we're going up against a Salazzle with Corrosion, it is the one Pokemon who can poison Steel types. Here we are. Here's the team one more time. Get this all set up and let's do it. Okay, so we fake out once here. And even after a crit focus blast, we survive. We heal most of it back with Mega Drain. We don't always kill with Mega Drain, but because it has a Life Orb, the extra 10% damage it gets from the Life Orb chip allows us to kill this in one shot. Now this should always bait Sawsbuck. So this thing should bounce. It could Swords Dance, so we're gonna swap into Citrus to drop an Intimidate on it and take the bounce if it so chooses to do so. It has a Power Herb, so it's more likely to use that, I believe, because of that. And a Power Herb will charge the bounce in one turn. Instead of being a 2-turn move, it's just a 1-turn move. Oh, it missed. Even better. That's really bad for you, Sawsbuck, because now we get a free switch into Infernape. And this thing's at -1. And we always take a one-shot with Overheat. And then finally, for Salazzle, we're going to do a couple swaps here. So Venoshock's its best move. I was expecting to be a little less HP, but it could Toxic. So we're just going to go into Gyoza here. Now Toxic normally doesn't work against our Togedemaru, but because of the Corrosion ability, we gave this a Pecha Berry just to heal that poison off. Now This always should see a KO with Flamethrower, which is what we want to get our Calamari into. And we always one-shot with Octazooka, and this can never take us out. And we also have a Pecha Berry to heal this poison. All right. All right, so we're probably gonna do one more battle here. This has been a lot before we get to our rival, and at least we'll get to the town that's closer. So we'll do one more just to get to the other end, or at least the break-off point of Cycling Road. Take a look at this one. Okay, so it's got Galarian Rapidash. I really like the design of that. It's very pretty. Zoroark and Sirfetch'd. So I believe we can just lead with Togedemaru against this, our Steel type. And it looks like Fake Out into Smart Strike doesn't always kill, but as long as we don't low roll the Smart Strike, we should be fine. It does have Will-O-Wisp and Hypnosis though. Pastel Veil. What does that do? I'm unfamiliar with it. Pokemon can't be poisoned. Okay, that's easy enough. Let's see, what else do we have for this Rapidash? Could use Dreadnought. Trick is to try to use somebody with special attacks, so Will-O-Wisp doesn't burn us, and then give it a Chesto Berry to wake it up. Looks like Electros might be our best bet here. Sludge Bomb. Yeah, that seems... It does seem to be the best. Or, so if I use Fake Out and Overheat, that'll do 1792 damage. So if I can get 11 damage from Togedemaru, which I can from its own Fake Out, so I could lead with a Fake Out here. It doesn't see any kills, so it'll probably Will-O-Wisp or Hypnosis. We switch into Infernape. We risk a Zen Headbutt crit if it does Zen Headbutt. It actually never... Well, it could Zen Headbutt. Crap, that doesn't really work, does it? Okay, well, I guess it's Electros then. I think we just lead it. Give it a Citrus Berry in case of a high roll. And Sludge Bomb twice. I think that might be the play. Alright, so we'll do that. Probably going to be pretty low. And we never outspeed this thing, right? No, never. Man. Do I have anybody that knows Fake Out that can guarantee a play rough? I do not. Orbital guarantees a play rough. And he takes Zen Headbed pretty well. Then I'm committing like 4 Pokemon for 1. Let's look at the other ones. Zoroark's not bad. We just get Infernape in there and one shot with Sky Uppercut. Heck, even Overheat might do it. And then for Surfetched, it's Masquerain, right? Yeah. We can even bring Orbeetle as well for that one. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. I was wondering what my cats were up to. No good. That's what they were up to. Absolutely no good. I'm looking for somebody to take a close combat. It looks like Starmie can. We can also use Mamoswine if we need to as well. Okay, on Rapidash, because Zoroark's not that bad. We just have to be paying attention when it swaps in, and you can see the difference between Zoroark and Farfetch'd. I'll point that out when it happens. Okay, so let's get these guys geared up. So we're going to do Milk. Then Ghost. We're going to bring Martini. We're going to bring Blueberry. We're going to bring Starfruit and Potato. Alright, we're gonna do a Citrus Berry on Milk. We should actually probably do a Chesto Berry. Yeah, Chesto Berry on Milk. And then Oranberry, anywhere else that we need something other than an Oranberry. We're actually better off with no item on Infernape because of the potential knockoff from Zoroark. And then it's Oranberries all around for everybody else. And we could probably do a Chesto Berry here, because if everything goes bad against Rapidash, then we have our Mamoswine Potato as backup. Oops, I didn't. There we go. This is our last battle here, because we can exit down there. And get off at Slateport. And that's probably where we will call it a night, honestly. Alright, so this is probably our last battle for the night. Here's the squad. Just gonna double check items. That's it. We are looking good. Let's do it. Didn't miss anything for abilities. Illusion, black glasses, Scrappy, choice scarf. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so this Rapidash knows Will-O-Wisp and Hypnosis. We don't care about the Will-O-Wisp because we're going to be using special moves against it, but we do care about the Hypnosis, which is why we have a Chesto Berry equipped. So we're just going to click Sludge Bomb. Hope for the best. It missed. Perfect. So now we can always take out this Rapidash with Milk. And there we go. So, to know the difference between Zoroark and Farfetch, you just gotta look at the sprite when it comes out. If it blinks and stuff, it's Zoroark. If it doesn't, it's the regular guy. So see the blinking there? This is Zoroark. So probably gonna use Knockoff. Which is why we equipped no item on Ghost. And we're actually speed tied here, but we still take this out in one shot with a Sky Uppercut. Unless that's what we're going to do, and hope we win the speed tie. We won the speed tie. Bop! And then finally, against Sirfetch'd, this thing has a choice band and knows only close combat. So it's going to be firing off super powerful moves here. Yeah. So we need guys to resist close combat. It has Scrappy, so the Intimidate is not going to work on him. But we do double resist close combat with Martini. And close combat lowers its defenses. And with -1 defense on this thing, we one-shot it with Air Slash, and we're never dead to a crit close combat. And that's that. Okay. So now, our next battle, which we're not going to do tonight, is right up this road. And as we go up, we're going to run into our rival May. And it's going to be a tough one. So at this point, I'm a little tired. So I'm going to call it a night. And we'll pick up from here tomorrow. We could just come on this end to Slateport City. I don't know if there's any new items to buy here yet, right? No. I'm just gonna get some antidotes, just to be sure. Alright, so we're gonna heal up, and that'll be that. So, thank you all for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. Like I said, tomorrow, we're gonna be prepping for and doing the bridge rival fight, and then hopefully making our way to Norman after that. I'm not sure how many trainers there are between her and the gym. Let me look. Let's see. So there's May. So there's double battle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So her and then 8 more battles before we get back to the gym. Fun. So, yeah. Like I said, thank you again for coming out. And until tomorrow, I hope you have a wonderful evening. Peace.